My name's Charles Biswell and I'm a financial futures trader in the City of London.
How did you decide to become a futures trader?
When I was at school in sixth form, I did business studies A-level and I learned a little bit then about the financial markets. I then watched a few videos such as Wall Street and Rogue Trader, and that kind of showed me how buzzy it was in the financial markets. I therefore went to university and studied financial markets at university. I came out of university and I applied for a job at my company and I've been doing it ever since.
How do you start your day?
I get into work about 7:30 in the morning, find out what's happened overnight in the foreign markets.
What does a futures trader actually do?
I make predictions on where the FTSE 100 index will be in 2 months in the future. Very simply, I buy and sell the FTSE 100 index in the future months.
So you're basically guessing what you think will happen?
That's correct. Yeah.
And then what would you do with that information?
With that information, I will either buy or sell the index at a specific level in the aim to make a profit.
Are you paid on a commission basis?
I get a low salary and most of my money comes from commission, and I work on a 50% split with my company. I have costs of being at the company. Once those costs are paid, the remaining profit that I have I will receive 50% of.
What are the kind of risks involved in futures trading?
There's massive financial risk. If the market goes against you, it can be very expensive and it could mean you losing your whole year's money.
And what about if you just make a loss all year? You don't have to pay for that?
If I make a loss all year, the company will take that loss, but it's highly likely that I'll need to find another job.
Are there any particular skills you think make a good futures trader?
Yes, a good futures trader will be disciplined and also someone who can deal with high levels of stress. It can be very stressful, particularly when the market goes against you and you're losing money, and that can affect your judgment.
What kind of training do you need for this kind of job?
The training I received was watching senior traders and learning what they did and how they reacted in different circumstances. Then I would trade using paper trading, which is just trading using pen and pencil, pretending that where you're buying and selling, because that's a much cheaper way of learning.
Did you learn any interesting tips from senior traders?
Interesting tips? Just really to keep a cool head under pressure. When I was at university, a friend of mine told me about a friend of theirs that was a futures trader and how highly rewarding it was financially.
When we were producing the Blenheim Palace leaflet, I had to advise the creative team that they should check everything thoroughly to ensure there were no spelling mistakes, for example.
I've made several predictions. I said, for instance, that the internet wouldn't have the impact that clearly it has.
When I was a student, I received some very bad advice from an estate agent when I was going to view a house. They advised me that it was a really good bargain and that all the problems would be sorted out before I moved in, which was not true.